Welcome to Whispers and Choco. This is how we do, and if you don't know, now you do. I'm Shawnee Whispers.
And I'm Mike Choco.
Together we are Mike and Sean in purebred loco. Oh no, we fucked that up. Okay.
Yeah.
And we might go loco.
And we might go loco.
And just in case you wonder what went wrong, or you just in case you wonder what took long, we'll say that we're sorry, and this show is going.
This show is going
Straight to hell.
straight to.
I like that one. Yes.
What an amazing intro.
It's one of the best of all
The
time.
most dynamic intro of all time. This is the Mike and Sean Show. We know more than you, but even if we don't,
We're always going to say that we do,
because we're right. We're right. We're right.
because we do.
Well, we do. We do. You know, I mean, this
It's
is
just
the
what we
facts.
do.
We are Wiki, and this is Pedia. Together we are
Stupipedia.
Stupipedia. Stupipedia.
We're stupid as stoop.
Hey, well, first off, let's get right out of this. Forget the date, forget the time. Who cares about all that stuff? Let's say congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning, huh? Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. That's amazing.
Really? Who the heck cares about that?
I do. I think hockey's fucking great, man.
Fuck Tampa Bay.
Hey, and by the way, their goalie, right, who has had a success rate of blocking 94% of the pucks that went to him. That's amazing.
What does Florida know about ice skating?
It just
What does Mike know about hockey? I love that he's going after this right now. This is great. Can we keep going?
Yeah, they look-
97%.
Four,
block.
94,
Right,
94%,
That's great. Yeah, you
94%.
sound like a reporter. Keep going.
well, ladies and gentlemen,
This
his
guy fucking prepared like nobody's business.
well, I mean, like the COVID championship is like kind of tainted. So even though if you have one, it's like the Lakers when they won it.
Tampa's like half ex-Rangers, dude. So rooting for them is fuck them.
Well,
And-
they
but,
did.
I, but
well,
I'm
yeah,
happy.
but they didn't.
But I'm happy that
but
you're
if they
acting like
had-
you're a fuck, like you're a reporter. So keep going. Keep giving us
so
the update.
then why ruin it?
No, it's beautiful. You're beautiful. It's beautifully done.
Why ruin it anyway? So let's talk about
How do I
let's talk
look
some
on-
baseball. How do you look?
Not
Let's
good.
talk some baseball. Mets are in
Little
first
nipples.
place by 4
Look,
games over the
got little
Washington
nipples.
Nationals. And chicka rubbed down over there on the nipples. The Washington Nipples. They're ahead by 4 games.
Yes, they are.
It's beautiful. They have some Nimmo is back, Conforto's back. They're gonna start to hit, and people get less worried with
Well,
McNeil.
hopefully they start hitting.
They'll start hitting. I mean, these are pros. These are professional hitters. They're doing this. They're doing what they can with the makeshift team, and still be 4 games up at this point. You know, the other teams aren't. I don't think
A half a season of doing nothing is a little bit alarming. Where to the point where you just want. All right, so for them to match their back of their baseball card, they're gonna have to have all of them will have to have a ridiculous second half.
Okay.
So
Not all of
but
them.
all of them, because every one of them is behind what their normal
Right, but
numbers tell you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, these are pros. These are guys that have
I
consistency
agree.
all the way
The
through.
only- you know what?
Nothing's gonna. It's not gonna last.
Conforto and Lindor, both traditionally have way better second halves than they do first halves
Okay.
throughout their career. So that's good news. But Alonso's, I guess, there's really not enough body of work to
Right.
tell
So
yet.
if he can't, if there's nobody on, you can't drive him in. Right.
No, he's just hasn't done what he's. I mean, listen, Mike.
His job is
the
to-
league
his-
leader. The league leader in home runs is 28. He's at 15.
Okay.
Which is not bad. Listen, you finish a year with 30. I'm not saying it's a bad year, but what I'm saying is, guys are all hitting at a very low average, which I'm never a big fan of average. I don't use average as a barometer as much as I do production, which is runs driven in. Runs scored.
Okay, so if you
home
take
runs.
if you take the new sabermetrics in the numbers, when you take on base percentage and all the other things that go in outside of batting average, your batting average, like, it's the guy getting on base, right?
Right. But it's overrated.
But
Like,
here,
it's-
look, wait, hold on. But like Pete Rose,
Right.
Pete Rose was like a 270 career hitter, okay? But he was on base
Was
all. Yeah, he
Okay.
wasn't. It wasn't a high
I
average.
can believe that.
But he got on base all the time,
And the hits leader.
and the hits leader,
So
the greatest hitter of all time.
it's batting average
know?
overrated. It's
For
being.
some-
I listen. I get it. Being a 300 hitter is like, yes.
Well, Yeah, but I mean, I don't want a team of 240 hitters.
I'm not saying that either,
250.
but I'm saying like production guys who produce with a lower average compared to guys who have a high average and strike out a lot. I would take the former first. You need run production, right?
Right, but I'd rather have even if I had an outfield of just platooning, 6 guys, everybody gets 200, 300 at bats, and they all bat 260. And they get on base and say, like, somebody's got to drive those guys in. It just happens. You can't have all those, the ducks in the pond, and someone to bring them in. So I disagree that the idea you need an average, right? Like, I'm not saying that everybody's got to bat 300, which would be fantastic. Bat 300, give me average 15 home runs, but 100 RBIs, but that's not how it is anymore. And this game is different. It's made for guys to just hit home runs. And you're going to have lower averages. And so a guy who bats 270, maybe 280 is going to be, that's going to be like borderline all-star, which is, it's a downgrade. I just disagree on the average.
No,
wise.
I could understand that. I could understand you saying that overall it seems like a downgrade where the great player today seems like he's less of a great player than he was.
Greater in different
20-some years
things.
ago.
Like you might have been more universal in
Greater
how
in
great
different
you are.
things. Right. Better at doing certain things. But I agree. Listen, launch angle, all that shit. That shit bothers the hell out of me. And I don't know if I'm like
You
a
could thank
purist.
Scott Boras for that shit.
I don't.
too.
I've said in my life I'm a baseball purist. Am I really? I don't really know.
No, I don't. You don't need all the things that you were taught from the 60s and 70s
I
to be.
prefer a pure game of baseball. That doesn't make me a purist. I don't like. Honestly, I swear to you, overall, right now, I would agree with like they did a dry run of robotic strike zones, where the robot would call the balls and strikes throughout a game, and they would do it. And they did it in college. And I'm almost.
They did that shit in the fucking late 90s, 2000.
Well,
they had
but
that.
recently this past year.
That's when Kurt Schilling and those other pitchers used to tell the catchers to move and throw the pitch over their head, and it would damage it. They would break.
No.
them.
You're missing my point.
No, I know, but I mean, but they did the camera thing to analyze it.
What it is, you know what? To be honest with you, when I actually read it, I didn't see how they were measuring the strike zone. I know how they were measuring it laterally because they had the whole plate has like a sensor on it. So, but essentially, maybe it's on the umpire because there's still an umpire.
There might be a sensor, yes, but they did this already.
Whatever it was, Mike. Whatever it was, they were 100% accurate with every call, with every pitch, right? Within the parameters of their strike zone. So,
but do you think that's squeezing the pitcher?
No, it's not. Check it out.
Okay.
What it was, it's completely true to the strike zone of whatever they decide the strike zone is. It doesn't matter how it's squeezing pitchers. You're not squeezing somebody if they're hitting their strike zone. If so. It's,
so some kind like
you're deciding with right now. I guess it's not the knees.
Visual.
It used to be the knees to the letters. Remember?
Right. The visual
That's
error.
not the
Like
case
say
anymore.
the ball is just you see it as
if
a
it hits the
blur,
line, if it hits the line, it's a strike.
So when you ever see those pitches, obviously when it goes your way, you like it. When it goes against your team, just a little bit wider. The ball's right here, right?
With this system, it wouldn't matter if it hits the strike.
But then you
zone,
put the computer into the game,
and what it does is the computer gives the umpire the answer within 1 or 2 seconds. I think it's 2 seconds.
So what I'm saying about squeezing is, the pitcher throws the ball, right? And so as it comes to the plate and you're giving let's say you're giving a half an inch or an inch off the strike zone, you're giving that much of a window onto the plate, okay? The computer's squeezing it, meaning that you're not going to get that half an inch anymore. Right?
Listen, Mike, I don't understand how much easier I can explain this. The computer is giving you a box, okay, by the plate.
I understand that.
So if the ball hits the border of any of that box, it's a strike. If it doesn't, it's a ball. Okay, there's no squeezing the pitcher.
Yes, okay. I'm talking about. So if you bring in the computer, you want to bring the computer to analyze that strike zone, right on the edge of the plate, and that's it. So you can't call a strike just a little bit off of it.
No, it's not analyzing anything, dude. It's the plate creates a fucking strike zone. It's a box. So if you hit that box, it's a strike. Okay. If you don't hit the box, it's a ball.
With the human,
so it's actually the most
Do you ever watch a game with where with the umpire minus the computer that gives the strike zone just a little bit off the side, and you're like, wow, that was close, or oh, he gave it to him, right?
And that will not exist anymore.
That's what I was talking about.
The
Like,
human
that's what I
element
meant.
of it is gone.
So then
But
why do you need the umpire?
Because the bottom line is because you want to keep the tradition of the game alive. So you give
just
the
took the tradition out when
you
you put the
give the
computer.
umpire the decision, and he makes the strike call, the ball call.
Okay, but you just take the
No,
you
because
take the
too
human
many
out.
times
You take the human out?
you watch games where umpires they completely decide the outcome of the game with their ball and strike zone, which is ridiculous. And that, to me, instead of them, because they fire those guys, and then there's always other guys. And I don't know if it's, honestly, Mike, we all see it. I don't know if it's like they have a problem with that specific team, or they're just shitty that night. Like,
Well,
they
Angel
had a fight
Hernandez.
with their wife.
Angel Hernandez is
how the
awful.
fuck guy has a job
It's
ever?
awful.
Right.
But he's
But
one
there
of
are
those
other
human.
Mike. There are others that are just like I watched the Met game the other night, dude. It was insanity on both. It wasn't like they could call it really. It wind up fucking the Mets more. But honestly, he was evenly sucked for both teams, and he was calling like 4 inches off the ground. He's calling them strikes.
So before 2000, they had umpiring schools, right? And I signed up to go to umpiring school,
Of course you did.
right? Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know.
You
I
signed up for
figured-
wrestling too, right? WWF.
No, but I'll tell you what
you
though.
did. Don't lie.
Looking back, like it was
ECW?
like, yo,
ECW.
AEW,
You signed-
AEW, AEW.
I think you signed up.
No, I didn't. But I signed up there, and so what happened was after a while, they decided Major League Baseball took over, right? So there were a couple of schools. So whatever waiting list you're on, you could do high school, there's potential college, depending on how good you can go, and then you just wait for minor leagues and then the pros, like the minor league baseball players. But Major League Baseball took it over, changed the waiting list, and so if the waiting list was like 150, now it's like 300, 400, 500, which means you could wait years before they bring you in the camp. But Major League Baseball
business, bro.
Right.
They
Major
make a
League
lot of money.
Baseball took over the umpires. And when they took over the umpires, it changed the way umpiring was. It was more a universal way as opposed to, so in the American League, they used to say like guys like Wade Boggs would get an inch off the strike zone away. George Brett would get
That's
like
not going
a
to
little
happen
bit-
anymore if they get what
if they
what
put
I'm
the
saying.
computer, right? If you put a computer, I know that. What I'm saying is, but it happened.
But how do you feel about that?
Putting a computer in the game?
How do you feel about getting it right more times and affecting the game positively, as opposed to giving a legendary pitcher
right.
The edge because you feel nice and you're feeling a little, he pitched for 20 years. so
No,
give
I
him a
didn't.
strike.
I know.
Nah.
I don't know if
Or
he'll
giving a
use that
fucking-
voice.
or
I don't
giving
know
a-
if he'll use
or
that
giving
voice.
a fat old hitter the benefit of the doubt because he was trying.
Okay.
Listen,
So-
you want to get the game right or not? That's all there is to it. It's that simple of a discussion.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it is. Because you say
Because too
so.
many times it's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, yes. The
Believe
human.
me,
There's a lot of
and
human.
like I
More
said,
human error than ever in it.
Traditionally,
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Traditionally, I want more of the human element, but they fuck up too many times, dude.
Right, like
and
if-
I'm tired of it.
that I understand that, and that I can get around and like agree with is that there's too many fuck ups
That's
to
the
make
point.
it to yeah.
But too many, man.
Like I think you just
I
like
know.
you keep
I don't know.
hold-
We could shout this shit out because it doesn't matter.
I think
There's
you
no
just keep.
infringement.
I think you can keep
Eating this
holding it.
popcorn is fucking outstanding.
I think you could just still hold out to the idea.
I'm sorry, Mike.
I think you could still hold out to the fucking idea
Right.
if you listen.
Yep.
That I would expect that maybe the human error gets better, but it's going to be human error, and that's the
So
unfortunate
you're
part
willing
about
to
it.
live with that, though?
I don't know. I don't want the computer
See, I know,
behind
and I'm
playing.
saying no,
I
absolutely
don't.
not.
Okay, I don't want the computer.
I want the
behind
game
home
to be
plate.
right.
I do too. I don't want the computer though. I don't want the computer in the
Well,
game.
there's no other way to do it because humans are fucking stupid.
Well, stupid doesn't
We
necessarily.
need like
translate-
humans. I mean, like what we need is like an invasion. From
an umpire invasion.
no, like Terminator, like an invasion.
They just
from,
and they only
an invasion from robots.
and they
to
only
just
shoot up-
wipe out half the human race because they're
swing.
so
This
stupid.
is a strike, fool. Like
There's
mandatory.
so many stupid people in this world.
Yeah, but I mean, well, we're just talking about baseball right now, and so if you bring in the computer, right? If you bring in the computer, you change the game.
Right.
Okay, so
It changes the game, but does it change the game for the better? And I think it does.
Okay.
I think that you get more of a pure game because it's freaking real. So that's what I'm saying about the purist. It brings me back to my purist comment. because now the game is going to be like you're getting a pure strike zone. You're not getting some fucking douchebag's idea of a strike zone. What if the guy's hammered the night before, bro, and he's just wrecked, or he has an inner ear infection, and his equilibrium's all fucked up? Think about it.
Yeah, I just
Think about it, Michael.
I just don't want. As long as it's not
Michael, think about it, Michael.
Angel Hernandez.
Fuck Angel Landy. He's awful.
He's awful.
So, but anyway,
Yes, so if you take away the strike zone.
listen, I win that argument. Bing, bing, bing.
It wasn't an argument.
Can we get it? Sean wins. Mike, Sean wins.
Sure.
Studio Mike,
Sure,
Sean wins.
Sure, you can have it. It's all yours.
I think Sean wins.
It's all yours. It's all yours.
We should have like argument battles.
Yeah, we do.
No, but I mean,
No,
like
we should. We do.
But I mean,
You were
points
asleep
of-
the last
we should do
17
points.
episodes?
Let's do
Your
points.
year-end points?
Because I'm winning totally. Dude.
You in
This
your
season?
head. In that clouded head
Yeah.
with that ear infection.
I don't have an ear infection. I have ear stuffage.
Yeah.
I have-
Stuffage.
I have some stuffage in my ear.
Shit. Infection.
It's very weird.
It's an
I went
infection.
to Daytona and got some stuffage.
Yeah, Daytona Beach. You bring
Dirtbag.
back Dirtbag,
Oh,
Dirtbag Central.
I got like fucking. I probably got like hepatitis H in my fucking ear.
You got all the letters of it.
Eh.
So the All-Star Game's coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
so
and
not
some
excited.
some people got a little annoyed that Jake isn't
don't blame
pitching.
him.
But why?
I don't
He's
blame
more
him.
valuable when he doesn't. He made the All-Star Game.
No,
you know he's the
it's
best pitcher in
I think
baseball.
it's different nowadays. Like,
You don't have to do it.
and the reason why I don't agree with him is the very reason why I don't agree with how they baby pitchers. And we had this discussion about like the way they baby pitchers
Yeah.
and like.
It'll be
And right now I'm taking the opposite take. If you're going to have that mindset of babying your multi-million-dollar pitchers,
$30 million a year.
then there's no reason to have him pitch 1 or 2 innings in that
Right.
game.
Not at all.
Because it's going to fuck his cycle up. Let him stay home with his family. And you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to, the All-Star game has, and I blame Major League Baseball for this, because the All-Star game has not become what it was only because they turned it into a yuck fest. Like, bring everybody in and back in the day when we were growing up, it was an honor to be an All-Star. And they only picked enough guys to play, and they tried to fucking win these guys. You know,
Right.
I mean, listen, they had a good time, and we got a caller. We have a caller, so we're gonna cut ourselves off.
Yeah, real quick. You guys are talking about the Grom, right?
I don't
I'm a
believe
little
we were.
bit delayed on the show.
Yeah. We were talking about garage.
The garage.
Hey,
Listen,
it's
yo, he's a-
Giambi,
yo, he's a douche for not going,
the
bro.
studio zombie.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, baby?
I heard the I heard what he was saying. It's cool he doesn't pitch, but at least go show face. Represent the Mets.
You mean put the uniform on and show up to the game anyway?
Yeah, show up. Eat something. Go. Attend. Isn't what's his name? The polar bear in the home run derby. Root
Yeah.
for the homie. Don't stay home. You know what I mean? Come on. He's a great, outstanding pitcher, but that's a douchebag move, man. And you know me. I'm.
How? Let me explain. Hold on. How is it a douchebag move if he has a chance to stay healthy home without going? Because they're only going to pitch in one inning.
You can stay healthy in a motel with the kids.
But no. The point is, he's got one inning of pitching in an All-Star game.
You don't have to pitch. You don't have to
You mean
pitch.
just
Well, why go?
Just show up in
go
uniform.
What's the point?
Represent.
No, hell no.
That's what he was saying.
Hell no. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
represent.
I was trying to send a phone number to Boss because I'm gonna have Boss call in. By the way,
Oh, boss.
yo, Bosk is gonna call in. So
right.
this way you're not the
All right,
only
hang
caller
up and I'll
that
call
we've
you
ever
back.
had. No, this way you're not the only caller we've ever had in history.
4.
Oh, yeah. So but listen, you're right.
He doesn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, he hangs up on
That's
us.
the only way to do it.
He's the best. I love him.
That's the only way to do
He
it.
hangs
Hang up on.
he hangs up on us every.
But it's only
fucking
when you're talking. So
Yeah, whatever, dick. You know what, Mike? You talk then. How about you talk and I'm going to sit here.
speaking
And-
of the All-Star game, okay. This guy in L.A., Shohei Ohtani, right? He's in the All-Star game as both a hitter and a pitcher. First player ever. He's got 32 home runs at the halfway mark. This guy's a stud.
No, you got it mixed up.
How'd I
He
get
was
it
the
mixed?
first one ever as the pitcher and the catcher.
Catcher.
Wow.
Pitcher and the catcher.
I know where he's going with that.
Yeah. And you want to know something crazy
Do
about
you know where he's going with that?
Yeah, it's getting there.
He's like,
He thinks
It's going-
Otani's
he's like-
cute.
Yeah. he like a Otani.
he's like,
I like it. Otani.
I like
go ahead,
it.
Mikey, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Remember when we started the rumor that Andy Pettit was gay?
Yeah.
Can we start a rumor that,
That Ohtani's gay?
Ohtani's gay?
Oh, it's put it in as Otani.
Because he's so fucking cute. He's so cute. Look at the way he smiles when he strikes
when he
a guy
stands
out.
there in the interview and he's like, his arms, he's got these cannons.
Shohei Ohtani
Shut.
apparently likes
Men.
baby.
Ding. Anyway, so one of the things the whole year, he's never taken batting practice.
Really?
The whole year. This is
Ohtani?
Yeah, has not taken batting
my
practice
God.
the whole year.
Well, he's really batting practice with he's in the cage. He's got to be. In the
He
cage.
says, I'm just going by what he says. Like this is
So he's not hitting at all between games?
no.
No, that's weird to me. He's got to be hitting in the cage.
Maybe say between
Yeah.
the games, not
Maybe
before
out
the
in
game.
field.
Not before the game.
Right.
So, but he's not
Which
taking.
I could see that.
not
right
taking
before-
BP. He's
No,
not
some
taking
guy-
BP.
No, I can get that. I can totally get that.
This kid is this
a
phenomenal.
beast.
He's
He-
baseball. He's baseball.
He's baseball.
You know.
He's baseball. How let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
And which is like nobody's even thought about this. Mike Trout was easily the best player in baseball, right? Easily.
Easy.
And this dude comes and goes on his team
Strikes out 10 guys.
and becomes
Hits 32
the
home runs.
most watched player in the game. And he basically trumped Mike Trout on his own team. That is fucking insanity if you think about it. Like that in that regard. And I think historically it's going to show that he's that good. He's so
good, man.
good. He's so good. It's not even
He paved
and
the-
Mike Trout's great.
He paved
Let's
the way.
Please don't make that. I don't want that to be like me pooping on
No,
Mike
nobody.
Trout's.
you-
Mike Trout's still fucking the last. He's the guy.
he's baseball.
But Ohtani, man,
Is
oh,
really baseball. He's a baseball player.
He's a baseball player.
He's a baseball
He is
player.
a baseball player, like in every sense of the word.
He opened the door.
He's like a
whatever it
little
may
league
be.
player in a grown man's
In
body.
the grand man's body, right? Like he's just saying, like
You
I
know,
got
like
this.
you know how like there's always a little league superstar.
You know, there's a movie like when the little
Shohei
leaguer-
Ohtani became a man
Yeah.
and did that.
he paved the way now that they bring in ball players that are considered two-way ball players, guys that can hit and pitch.
He's starting a revolution.
Yeah, and they're now
God bless.
every team almost has one.
I swear to God, Mike, as
kid-
long as I've been playing this game, I always say, I swear to God, because you know the way my style of playing. Whether I was good enough or not doesn't matter. I could pitch and I could hit. Why do they have to make a choice?
I don't know.
Why do you have to be one or the other? If you're good enough to be like
so that
some
you can
people,
take a job away from somebody.
Why-
I think that's what
Which-
it was. Like,
but that
thinking
makes
like,
no sense.
if you're
Don't-
a hitter, we need 7 pitchers. You know what I mean?
but
So
don't
play
you
the
want to
field.
sell tickets and make more money as an owner?
Yeah, of course. But I think they thought it was more of a novelty.
So back
Like,
in the day, you thought like they were trying to protect the worker.
Look at Babe Ruth, right? In his last year in Boston, when he was the last time he was a full-time pitcher, he was still good. He had 27 home runs. The more in that deal, there's so many different stories you hear about it. But when he traded him to New York, when Boston traded him to New York, they were like, look, he's starting to hit home runs because he liked to be a part of the game every day.
Right.
He was like that. Home runs aren't baseball. Big people like stolen bases and the double, the triple, and the bases loaded. You know what I mean? They're not looking
The
for
extra
the home
base
run.
hit, yep.
Yeah, they like that. And then it changed. He wasn't the only guy hitting home runs. And then everybody was like, yo, it makes sense. Let's hit home runs. Babe Ruth was the last guy. And if that's baseball and you can do it, why not do it? But they just wanted to protect it. They wanted enough pitchers and then enough hitters.
I mean,
you
listen,
know?
it comes down to
Like,
if you
if
want
you
to win
could
or
do
not.
both, they would let you do it.
Do you want to win or do you not want to win? Because if you want to win,
she fell in. Oh, she's going. What
the
is she doing?
flooding,
What
the
if- like,
flooding
why-
in the city.
why
right
would you
now,
do
Why
that?
would you even get on the train? Like,
Yeah.
Good for her.
The crazy
I am
part
so
is
happy that she's disgustingly
the train is
infested
still
by.
running.
Look at the train still going through.
Yeah, but you know why? That's probably not dropping. I don't know.
So that video that we were looking
Bro,
at
that's
is
weird.
basically that the 4 train was flooded, and we watched a woman who should have no business whatsoever
Trying to attempt to train.
to make the train.
She's definitely
She's
infested.
going like
Right.
that.
Is she's
Dude,
Her
waving at
vagina
the-
and asshole definitely got infested
the
by
water.
some
Yo,
disgusting.
the water is so gray. It's a gray tint.
Dude,
It looks like Flushing
gray.
Bay
It looked like
water.
it was, it was like dark gray.
There was it
Like
was like
brownish almost. That was
look at this
disgusting. Oh my god.
Yo, he jumped
what
in
are
a
we
bag.
doing? These guys are jumping in bags.
Yo,
What are they-
yeah, because
they're
they still
jumping
got to
in
make the
plastic
train. They still got to make the train.
Dude, are you fucking? I mean, listen. You know
Oh,
what?
man.
These videos just prove how stupid, people are.
are.
Jesus
Oh, man.
Christ.
That's
dude.
pure stupidity right there.
Oh my god.
You
That's
Future-
pure
the
stupidity.
you
future of
see he
America.
gets in the bag, right?
He gets
He's in the
bag,
bag.
and then and then he falls in.
Oh man.
How is he walk? How are you walking inside a plastic bag?
Where did he find the garbage bag
He's-
to bring it with him?
That was
he
probably his
just-
food. It was like his Chinese food bag.
Oh, distractions. Right. Let's get back to baseball.
New York, the land of stupidity.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Well, you know, like there's a lot of guys that they switched to, like Rick Ankiel. When he got the yips as a pitcher, he was such a good hitter. They put him in the outfield,
Yep.
and he did a good job.
But they should have let him do both at the
Right,
from the
from the
beginning.
beginning. And I
he
think-
probably would have been a greater, better
You know
player.
why? Because I think he wouldn't have had time to just worry about the pitching yips. He would be in the
I
field.
agree.
You know,
Takes his mind off it.
100%.
I
You know,
agree.
like you could
That's
every
a, gr-
fi-
that's,
every
that's a great.
like every fifth day he
comparison.
could come. He could go in and pitch until
Really good
the yips are gone. You know this.
So
like,
it's a shame. I think.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not.
baseball is both offense and
Baseball
pitching
has
and defense and-
always been about the best player.
But why can't
So,
you be?
If you're the best player as a hitter and a pitcher at the same time, you should be, given the chance to do that. And they never allowed that.
No.
And now they will. And now they will.
Now,
and
yeah, because
and he
Ohtani
won't be the
opened it up.
first.
No,
He won't be the
No, but
first.
there's other guys. Chris Owings from Arizona, he was like that. He
Bumgarner,
plays
dude, there's other
no,
guys. There's other
but I mean that.
examples.
Yeah, but Gardner's more of a pitcher. Chris Owings was a shortstop outfielder who could pitch. They made them the two-way players. So everybody had. Look,
Bumgarner was a pitcher.
the guy Stack, Robert Stack, right? Who pitched the yesterday the doubleheader? He's a catcher up to like Stock. He was a catcher up to a couple of years ago. He's like, he could technically he could be your fourth.
Well, Mike, like I said,
He could hit. He had a big swing though. He had a big softball swing.
just like I said.
So if you need a guy to play on Thursdays,
Ohtani essentially is like the creation of a Little League super champion, right? But there are other players, and most not other players, almost every major league player was a fucking pitcher at some point.
yeah, the best.
Every-
Everybody who was the best at what they do.
Was the
Whoever had
best
the
on their
live,
team.
whoever had the live
That's
on.
it. They were the best on their team. That's just the way it was.
Yeah.
Okay? And you either threw, like some guys were late blossomers. Like you hear stories about guys got better in late in high school and college. They started throwing harder or whatever. But you always threw. That was your fundamental thing, to catch the ball and throw the ball. So if you threw the ball hard, you were a pitcher.
Yeah, when the few times that I got into pitch, I really, really loved it. I really like.
Everybody
I
loves
loved it
pitching. Who
because-
doesn't like pitching?
You know,
Striking
because
somebody out.
right? Like even if you don't, just the idea of trying to do it, just trying to
Striking
get
people
somebody.
out was one of my favorite things in the world to
Because
do.
you're a power pitcher.
Especially in a big,
Yeah, but you were
in
a power
big spot-
pitcher.
But in a big spot, I listen. I don't have a lot of childhood memories. I have memories of striking guys out in big spots and like being great. The fuel that used to do, I loved it. I loved it, and I was a power pitcher, and I was wild or whatever. But I struck a lot of guys out because you also had a lot of guys that
There's a lot of fear that
swung at bullshit. They were scared to death, swinging for their life.
But
It was
there were
great,
guys
though.
that were like a guy like Turk. Turk was good at both
Oh,
sides
he was
of
a
the field.
place pitcher. He was good.
He
man.
was good at
Turk
both.
was good.
He could hit.
was good.
Durkovich.
Durkovich was a power hitter too.
Yeah.
Durkovich is a perfect example of a guy.
He should have been allowed to do
size and
both.
power. Well, if he was skilled enough, size and power, he had the skills to do both.
Yeah.
because he could throw in the 90s and he could hit bombs.
Bombs.
So
Because when he
yes,
wasn't throwing in
he's
the
a-
90s,
he's
he
a-
was on first hitting bombs.
But I think there's a lot of guys like him in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They can, but now there's a
Because
spot for them.
He wanted
Yeah.
to play in first base too,
Yeah.
and he was a great first baseman. He was a great defensive. Like Pete Durkin was a baseball player. He was
Yeah.
he was a baseball player, and he swore by me. That guy fought for me every time. Every team he played on, he tried to bring me on. Like a couple times, not every time.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
Every
Even
team.
if he didn't have, like,
Couple teams.
he was just
He brought
he's
me
also
in.
just a good guy too.
We played together
You
for
know?
a long time. You know what I mean?
Like he was he had such a good. I remember he had such a good like
Good
fake
dude.
pickoff move.
You know, he
too,
was the
you
head
know?
coach for Team Pakistan.
Oh, he is?
First team they ever had in their history. He brought him to the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
Pakistan never had a team in the history of their country.
I'm surprised that they can swing the
Well,
stick at balls.
He's he's got the Muslim background. He wasn't. I don't think he was raised Muslim, but he's he's from that part of the world.
Well,
where
it's crazy because I used to run into him like every winter,
I
right?
think he's Bosnian. If I'm not
So
mistaken,
he used to
he's
go out there. He
Bosnian.
played in Canada for a while, and he was out there, and he was traveling around. I was like, I had his number. I was like, tell me where you are. I'll come watch you play. And he had bounced around, and I think it was what was the story with him was he tore his shoulder when he was pitching for Fordham. He had an offer, and he went to college instead, which is good because then eventually he went into both finance and then he went into coaching.
No, he went. No, Toronto gave him money. He went to Toronto.
No, he was in the minor leagues for a while,
Yeah.
and then they dropped him, and he went to the independent circuit.
Right.
But not to say that I know.
Well, he
anything about him.
a computer guy while he was going.
Yeah, because
he's a smart guy.
I used to run
And
into him.
Fordham's a good
I used to
school.
run into him in the city.
See, that the best thing he ever did was go to Fordham because Fordham's. You go to
Scholarship.
Fordham.
He went on scholarship.
Well, if you go to Fordham, you're gonna have a career. That's just the kind of school it is. But yeah. Anyway, love Pete. Great guy. Great player.
But
Just
the example being
good example of a power hitter, power pitcher. He could definitely hurl, and I saw him dominate on both ends of it.
Yeah.
And it's just not celebrated enough by people in the bigger league.
because it's baseball is everything. It's not just
in
one
the
or
major
the
leagues,
other.
they need to let guys do
Well,
it.
they're doing
man.
it now. I
Let
mean, they're
guys
now
go.
teams are
No,
signing.
they're doing it
te-
now because of Otani.
Right, but because he realized that how
But I mean,
amazing.
let's see. Do it now. We'll see. We haven't seen results of do it now yet. We have to see whether that happens.
I
over the
gotta,
next-
I don't know. I gotta look at the other. There's a bunch of two-way players that every team has one or two. So I don't know what the numbers are.
Well, you'll see
If
them
the
in the
other-
blowout games when you need.
Yeah,
a
like
pitcher.
yeah. Well, do you see Brett Phillips from Tampa?
I'm tired of seeing guys throw fucking 50 miles an
Did
hour.
you s-
How are you a pro?
Brett
and you're on
Phillips,
it's 30, it's like 50 to nothing, and they put in a fucking their right fielder. Their
Well,
backup
Brett-
right fielder,
Brett Phillips-
and he's
Phillips.
throwing 50 miles an hour.
Did you
How
watch
are you
that?
a professional baseball player?
But did you see him?
God damn it! That bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah, but it was funny though when he was warming up.
But Mike, seriously, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know. I'm just
How
saying.
are you think about it? If you were a professional baseball player,
All right.
would you throw 50 miles an hour?
No, but
And you see that
Wade
shit.
Boggs. There's a story about Wade Boggs that was his knuckleball was so unhittable, right? That in batting practice he would throw.
I'm
it
not talking
everywhere.
about breaking pitches.
I know,
These
but
guys
hold
are
it.
throwing 50 mile an hour fastballs.
I know that because they're throwing they're just lobbing that
They're
shit.
throwing it in.
What's the what was
Like
the
they're-
nickname
like
of-
they're batting
the
practice with their fucking
The
stupid kids.
The ephus. They're throwing the ephus. Yeah. Right, but like Wade Boggs' knuckler was so unhittable that in BP when they were going to face a
would,
knuckleball,
I
he
heard
would
that.
throw that shit and they couldn't hit it.
I love Wade Boggs.
Like
When he
but
rode
the guy
around
was
on a
like
horse,
3,000. Yeah, look, '96 was a magical moment. All these
I
former
was always a
ball
Wade
players.
Boggs guy. I love Wade Boggs.
But
Great ball
Boston
player.
was like, he's done. They brought in Charlie Hayes. They brought all those former Mets to give him another shot at it, Strawberry and Gooden. And so like that 96 was magical. And so after that,
Fuck the Yankees,
Fuck
by
the
the way.
Yankees. But 96 was magical.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, you Yankee fan?
Yeah. So when I worked at the hospital for special surgery, I got Darryl Strawberry to sign a ball 86-96. And he was like, he took a step moment and then he signed it for me. And so
I played golf with
still
Dal
have him.
Strawberry. Well, not with him in the foursome. He was the foursome ahead of us.
Oh,
With Bobby Zupnik,
okay.
and he worked for one of those big financial companies downtown, and it was at Harbor Links, which is a beautiful course. And Darryl had one of the funkiest, he had like a Charles Barkley swing, kind of weird, not a fluid swing. It was weird. He cranked it
Chopped
up,
it a little
then
bit?
but he crushed the ball if he hit it straight.
Dude,
So I was being behind him. I was able to watch him hit a bunch of balls. It was pretty cool.
when he was in the room because he was getting his knee scoped, and they were like, you have to help position him. So I reach over and I grab him. He's sculpted. So when you touch it,
Did you grab his dick?
I did, and it was just as hard as his chest.
Yes!
just as hard as his chest. He was so heavy because he's solid.
Dude, he's huge.
It was like I went.
So I told you the story, right? I worked in Mike's studio. You want to hear this?
Yeah.
In 1999, I worked at Yankee Stadium at the World Series. and I know I've told this before because I said I shook hands with Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, right, in the same night with Sammy Sosa. Like it was an amazing like experience, and I was there for 3 days. It was a sweep, so we were there for 3 days. So Darryl Strawberry popped up at some point in the game and comes running down like, you know, I was connected to the like what they call the bowels of Yankee Stadium, and we were like high, you know, that's where we were. We were in the hallways or whatever you call it, and Strawberry popped up, bases loaded or a big spot, and made out, and he fucking comes down like, you know, like when you walk out of the dugout and you're in that's where I was, you know, in that hallway, and he's fucking furious, like yeah. And I'm not a small dude. I'm 6'4", whatever. At that time, I was like 230, and he walks by me and he makes me look like I'm a fucking
You're tiny,
like a fly on a windshield, dude.
He
is just yo, bro. His
and
presence,
he's chiseled.
his
man.
presence. He's just huge, bro. Huge, right?
6'6",
It's crazy.
240.
So
sculpted.
I played in this golf tournament, in this golf outing with him at Harbor Links with Bobby Zupnick invited me to, and I remember like I'm part of like it was a paid for golf experience. So I'm like dinner, the whole thing. Played Harbor Links. Now we're at there's an auction and dinner and the whole thing, and Darryl stayed for the whole thing. But in between the dinner and the auction, I said, "Hey Darryl," I was like, I worked the '99 World Series. I'm a big Met fan. You know, it sucked to see you, win with the Yankees. About 5, the whole thing. I was like, but you almost ran me over the hallway. I work for Fox. I go, dude, and he goes, "What out did I make?" He wanted it. What out did I make? And I was like, I think you popped up with bases loaded. He was like, God damn, I hit it. Like, bro, he was like, it was awesome. Like the fact that I had this little interaction with him. You know what I mean? And he was being as cordial as he could, I guess, with the dinner and the whole thing. So I take it up to that. Like, I'm sure if I bumped into him in the street, it would be like, I'll run you over now.
I'll run you over.
But it was, it was a very cool experience. And that's what TV production did for me. It gave me, I didn't make a lot of money in that business, man, but I got some memories, bro. Some really awesome sports memories too. Sports especially.
That's beautiful. It's good to hear.
You're beautiful.
Dude, when you said, "Hey Darryl," you
blues.
suck. When you went that and it was like when that word "suck" came out of your mouth, I didn't know where you were going.
I got to
Darryl, if I was
He would've
gay, I'd
punched me right in
suck
my
your
mouth.
back.
He's a huge man.
I got to meet Mickey Mantle when he was alive.
Ah, that's my idol.
that's
that's my
awesome,
favorite
bro.
ball player of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Willie
he
Mays.
I was working on the
He
ambulance.
said Mickey Mantle. You just said Willie Mays. What the hell's the matter?
What
with
we
you?
did? I think we said two different
He
things.
said Mickey Mantle,
Mickey
bro.
Mantle, yeah.
And you were like,
I was at the.
did you hear what just happened? Oh, we're gonna play this back.
Remember he had the restaurant, restaurant next to the plaza.
Keep drinking, Mike.
Say it again. Mickey Mantle?
Yeah, he had
Not Willie Mays.
Central Park South.
Yeah.
Where did I?
He,
You said Willie
we
Mays.
were-
I got a good story about that place after you.
You said
Go ahead.
Willie Mays?
We were
He
parked.
said you.
No, you said
This
Willie
motherfucker
Mays, right?
is
You
drunk.
said.
I can't wait till
Shut
we
up.
play this back.
Wait, you
dumbass.
said Willie
He-
Mays and
He
Hank
said
Aaron,
Mickey
right?
Mantle. You said Willie
Yeah,
Mays.
but didn't you say Hank Aaron and Willie Mays?
I shook hands with both of them.
That's what I said. Right? Okay.
Replay. We was parked outside in the ambulance and they got caught. We got flagged down for somebody that got hurt in his restaurant, and he was there, and I was like,
He was there a lot.
yeah, I loved him. I loved him.
Great guy.
You know, yeah, and I guess he was just having, I
Was
guess
he-
he had his bad day. He
Well, he was
going,
an alcoholic, so he had
Well,
problems.
when he
Yeah.
had the
He was
Yeah.
very personable though.
The
like at
transplant.
the end, you could walk up to him and say hello. And I remember when they closed that place. Sadly enough, you know what? Here's a great story. Like I said, waiting for you to finish. I was a doorman on 60th and Columbus, 32 BJ. So that was my first job out of high school. My first real job. I was a union 32 BJ guy, and I was a doorman on 60th and Columbus. And I had some celebrities that lived there. Like right before I got there, Luther Vandross lived there. And apparently he was like a 20 piece guy every night. I swear to God. Like they said, he 20-piece chicken every night delivered to his house. Like he was.
well, he looked like
he was.
So.
He was a whale, right? So anyway, Sorry, I'm driving to work, right? And it was 94, I believe, and the Yankees' first World Series. And I was driving. I
They
had
didn't make the World Series. in
Remember when I had
94.
my Saab? I had a fucking nice little Saab, right? 9,000 turbo. It was fucking nice with rims and the whole thing, right?
They made the playoffs for the first time.
No, they made 94.
They didn't.
won a
94
World
the World
Series.
Series. No, they didn't.
Whenever the first year they won a World Series.
96.
Okay, that year. I was 96. Yeah, 96 makes sense. Anyway, I'm driving by Mickey Mantle's,
That makes
right?
sense.
And the game, I'm listening on the radio, and I'm driving down Central Park South, and I'm listening on the radio, and they go, and the Yankees win, and I'm literally driving by Mickey Mantle's as this happens, as it's like the Yankees win, right? And I'm like, this is fucking cool. I'm driving by Mickey Mantle's, right? And all of a sudden, these three guys start chasing my car. Because I stop. I'm like, man. I'm a Met fan. I'm like, man. And they're like, fuck yeah. And they start chasing me, dude. And I'm like, I had to drive away. They're chasing me down. I'm like, fuck the Yankees. From then I was like, you know what? I'm never going to support these scumbags again. They
That's
chased
what
my
did it.
car, and I was
There's
sitting
always
there trying to
something to
support
just turn
these
people
fucking
on.
assholes.
It's always
So
somebody.
anyway,
to turn.
fuck the Yankees. That was the moral of that story.
Yeah, basically.
Come on, bro. What a great experience. I'm trying to
Yeah, but those people, those two that chased you might have been
stupid.
just
They were very
shitty
drunk.
people.
But why would you chase me? I was celebrating your stupid team.
Why would you chase me?
Why would you chase me?
Don't do that. You know, when Mickey Mantle had the what was it, the kidney transplant?
Yeah, I think.
Right?
Yeah, I
It
think.
was the kidneys. And so, because he was a heavy alcoholic, and so he was on the waiting list. And so, you know, they asked him about it, because in his career, he got hurt a lot. He only had 2 years where he drove in over 100 RBIs, but this guy had 536 home runs. And they asked him about it, and, you know, his grandfather and his father all died in their 40s. And he just assumed that he was going to die young. He goes, if I knew I would live this long, he goes, I would have taken better care of myself. And I was like, oh, shit.
And that's a very sad story. And
Yeah.
I remember hearing that, and I was like,
That's his
can
own.
you imagine living
They
your
just
life
shoved
that
the
way?
camera in him to ask him a question.
But if
about
you
that.
live your life that way, you're like,
He thought he was going to die by like 45.
My whole family died in their 40s.
He
Why am
drank, he did
Why
everything.
am I not going to enjoy the shit out of my life until I'm 40?
Right, like he just.
And I agree 100% with him.
He just didn't think that he was going to live, you know.
And he lived to his mid-60s with cirrhosis and, you know.
Yeah,
whatever.
but I mean,
But
eventually.
he lived his life.
Yeah, he did.
God bless him. He was a great baseball player, man. Imagine if he didn't get hurt. He played half his career hurt, too.
Yo,
Unbelievable.
there was a game where he was running out into the outfield, and back then there was like the metal grates for the drainage of it,
drainage, yep.
and he twisted his knee, and he played. I don't even. It was like partially torn, like
Because they weren't
ligament.
smart enough to cover it with like
Right,
grass.
yeah,
like
like
what do
he-
you fucking you don't think the water's gonna go through the grass, you dumbasses? I never understood that.
He played somewhere like the last month of the season, like on one leg, and he was phenomenal still.
Blew his knee out.
But he just tore it up.
Like a Tenacupo the other night. How crazy was that? The guy played with a hyperextended knee,
Yeah.
and literally played.
And played, just kept
played.
just good played.
that block he ran up and they compared it to LeBron, like because of the play they lost, but that showed me a lot because I was like, is this guy for real?
Yeah,
And
I mean, I think he's.
I think the
100
jury's
he's
still
on
out.
it, but I think he's legit.
he's
like,
for real.
Yeah, he's
after
for
that,
real.
after that, his knee bent the way it wasn't supposed to bend. And I watched LeBron get smacked in the face, and he cries like a little girl. He goes, like the flip.
Well,
Bro,
no,
this dude wants to win, dude.
Did you see-
whether or not he's like got the guys around him that could do it right now?
Excuse me, that last flop that LeBron had in the before when they missed out on the
I
playoffs.
love watching him flop and lose.
You know,
Crying.
that
little
debate
bitch.
comes out all the time when they say like, who's the greatest, and say like LeBron, and LeBron likes to say he is, and just go back and forth. But it's like little things like that just irritate you because you're used to a different era. You know, guys are not just physically, like the guys that are physically strong aren't tough guys. They just think because they have bigger muscles that makes them tougher. They walk around, they throw the shirts, or they flex. Like, you ever see when they dunk on somebody and they walk over and they stand over them and they walk? Like, I would punch you in the nuts. Like,
Right.
I get kicked out. I punch you in the nuts. Or,
You couldn't do that back in the day.
yeah, like you wouldn't get away with it. Somebody on that team would run over there, like in Oakley, would be like, oh, is that what you want to do? You want to do it to my boy? I got you. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know, and there was a technical. Well, you weren't kicked out.
Oh, you're 100% right.
You know, yeah, there's a difference between that. LeBron is not mentally tough.
LeBron's
You know?
a bitch.
He's not mentally tough.
He's a fucking
Physically,
bitch.
he's gifted.
In my opinion.
Physically, he's
100%. 100%. But he's a bitch. And you know why I don't... Hypocrites suck to me, all right? Don't get me wrong here. Jordan and LeBron both have Nike deals.
Yeah.
Right? They both use Chinese child labor to make fucking millions of dollars. But you know why I don't
Is it still
condemn
in?
Jordan so much?
Isn't still going in?
It's
thick?
still going.
It's still in-
They've never stopped it. You know why I don't condemn Jordan as much?
Why?
Because Jordan's not out there on his fucking on his screaming and yelling about racial injustice or any injustice. Not that. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to point out people that do racial. Any injustice. I don't want to hear anything from anybody who uses Nike as a company to build their brand when their biggest contracts are all in China, and it's been factually proven that they use child
No, I
labor.
know. Yeah, no, I'm saying I know that they did. I'm saying, is it still that way?
They never. You can't go. Who's going to change the rules in China?
I don't know. I'm just
And
saying. it's
LeBron,
like this
no,
is-
but I'm saying. So the United States government can't do dick about China, and they can't do nothing about somebody using them as their partner.
Right.
So LeBron continues to use China. They all do. Every fucking sneaker that comes out of that country, bro. That's it. I don't want to hear shit from any of them. That's if you have any nuts in the world, you use an American company, and then you talk about American values,
Right.
and talk about who's being shitted on and not. Not why you're using fucking Chinese
But what's an
child
American company?
labor.
What's an American
These kids
company?
are like 8 years old, man.
What's an American company?
I don't know, Mike. But that's not my point. My point is, I'm not the millionaire using, or the multi-millionaire or the billionaire using fucking child labor. If I was, I would explain it. But none of them do. They don't explain it. It's been brought up to them. They don't explain it. That's why Jordan doesn't do interviews, because he's smart. LeBron's out there with his fucking nose in everybody's business. Do this, do that. He puts a cop's fucking info out there.
Right,
when he rightfully shot a girl, he could do that. But he can't talk about how he uses 8-year-olds to build his fucking ugly sneakers. Fuck LeBron.
I agree.
And it's so annoying, dude. And it doesn't get called out enough. And everybody who uses China, fuck you too. You all are animals.
Well, this
You're-
whole country uses products from
no,
China.
but not anymore.
Yeah, stop
dude.
it. I don't know. Like,
I'm telling you right now, watch what's going on. You watch. China's cutting people off left and right, and American companies cut off China. And dude, again, I'm not a Trumpster. I never was. I'm not on a soapbox of Trump. I don't fucking fuck him and his orange hair too. But he challenged China, and it gave American companies a little bit of balls.
it did?
Dude, look what's going on right now, Mike. Watch what's going on right now. Watch what's going on right now.
Look, listen.
China will not do business with. They're not going to do business with Tesla. They're not going to do business with any big American
first
companies.
off, I don't even like this. It gets to that political side.
We're not talking
all right?
about politics. We're
But
talking about
this-
China.
But
We're
when
talking about
But when it
sneakers.
comes to
Has nothing to do with politics.
Okay, but when it
Zero
but
to
when
do
it
with
comes to when it
politics.
comes to the fucking trade of this, the China trade, right? China. Yo, he put the tariffs on China. China put bigger tariffs on it. The deficit.
Mike,
the
you're
deficit
bringing up
rose-
politics. Has nothing to do
No,
with it.
No, yes it does. Yes it does. It happens absolutely. Because this is the fucking
How?
war. They picked a war with each other and just keep.
So
going
why
back and
can't
forth.
LeBron use another country?
I
Or use-
you don't need to yell that loud. I can still
I'm
hear
asking
you.
you're bringing politics. I'm not
I
talking
didn't bring
about that.
politics. I talk about the fucking
You
tariffs.
just brought politics up.
I just talk about the
I'm not
tariffs.
talking
of
about
it.
Trump. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking
talk about the tariffs
if you
between the two
use,
countries.
forget tariffs. You're using a country that uses child labor. That's it.
Stop yelling at me
because
like that.
I'm yelling at you because you're bringing up
No,
politics.
no, don't. I'm
You're the
not
one who-
yelling at you
you're
like
the
that.
one who
Don't
told
yell at me like that.
You told me, let's not talk about politics.
But I'm not talking about
Yes,
politics.
you are. You're
I'm
the one who
talking-
brought it up.
It's not fucking politics. I'm talking about the tariffs between the two countries, right?
Dude. Listen, the bottom line is, they don't
bottom
have to
line is
use
what?
China.
They don't have to use China.
That's it.
But the country does. The whole fucking country does.
So they don't. They don't have to.
It sounds great. It
and
sounds
as much
great,
as
but
I
that's
blame,
not true.
as
Let me
much as
ask
I
you guys-
blame,
Hold
as-
on, hold on. Let me ask you guys something. If we cut the Chinese government out, right? Who else we got?
They'd have to make their own products again, and that's not in the books. It's not in the books. Because to give you an example of a
Like-
place like Kentucky, who basically was offered to put Amazon and all their buildings and all their production out there. The reason why they wouldn't do it is because they would lose federal money, and they don't have to dig into their own pocket. So something as simple as letting Amazon, you know what the Amazon deal that was going to be out here in Long Island City?
Yeah.
Okay, they blocked that. In Kentucky, it would cost a quarter of the money, okay, to build the studios, the airline, everything, where Amazon will have its main station in Kentucky. The poorest state
And
in
Amazon
the
still
country.
uses China. So fuck Amazon too.
Amazon, that's where they get half
That's
their
my
product.
point. So I'm not
But
just
you're
singling out NBA guys. Anybody who uses China.
But everybody,
You think that
everything
I'm
you get.
singling out just NBA players?
Oh, no, I don't give a shit if there's
no,
NBA
my
players.
point is that
I don't
George
give a shit
Bezos
about
not
that.
out there with his face going
Jeff.
social. Jeff Bezos, whatever the fuck, all those assholes.
Well,
If-
hold on, because technically Jordan uses China as well.
yeah, fuck Jordan too. But Jordan ain't. Listen, my point is Jordan's not out there. I just said in the beginning, I'm not attacking Jordan because his face ain't out there, talking shit about what. Listen, I want everything to be fair and equal, man. Let's get that straight.
Do you guys agree- do you
but
guys agree-
promoting false facts, promoting false facts. We were talking about Chicago. Give me a break, bro. Look at the death between 2000 to now. Look at the death. This ain't politics, bro. Look at the death, black on black death from 2000 to 2021, and look at the cop shootings between 2000 in that same city. That's all I'm saying. And is it a problem? Yes. Are cops killing people? Yes. But is that your number one goal and you ignore the rest of the shit that's going on? Where fucking thousands, tens of thousands of kids are being killed and it's not a big deal because that's not their agenda? Their agenda is to create hate? That's a fact, bro. I'm not making shit up. They're creating fucking divide. Bring the shit up that's real. And then all you do is defund the police. Now, do me a favor. Look at every city that defunded the police. Fine. It's not about me. It's about facts. Look at what's going on in Portland. 260% murder rate since last year. Are you kidding me, bro? That's the senator who wanted it all done. They're all anti-American mindset, bro. That's all there is to it. And this ain't politics, bro. This is reality. They're destroying cities a little at a time. It's fucking, and it's going on. And I hate being like that guy, but it's the fact. Show me that it's not. That's all. I challenge you to give me statistics where I'm wrong. The murder rate is up in every single city, dude. And you're right, Mike. You made a point. It's been going on forever in Chicago. But show me one time where there wasn't somebody that went after crime in Chicago. One mayor that went after crime. They don't do. They don't. They just keep electing the same recycled fucking idiots like Pelosi, and not only all the same thing with the Republican senators. All these senators for each state, they're all animals. Every Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. They get free health care. They get fucking billions of dollars doing nothing. They don't care about their state. They don't care. If they did, it would change. And that's the point. That's it. If they cared, it would change. And if somebody had the balls to go ahead and spearhead that shit, it would change.
They can't,
the problem
because
is they
it's
can't
such
because
a
they get
corrupt-
shot down. You
But
get
it's such
shot.
corrupt shit that it's like, am I going to
100%.
step on his toes?
It's too corrupt. It's too
Look,
corrupt.
If you get Mitch McConnell, right? If you get voted in Kentucky, okay, and by the majority, a large majority, and everybody they handpick, they cherry pick somebody to run against you, okay, knowing that this person doesn't have a shot at it. They know it's never going to be Democrat. It's always going to be Republican. So for 30 years straight, it's the poorest fucking country, poorest state in the country, right? Always has for the last 30 years. Poorest, okay, highest federal handouts, highest, the most. Doesn't have to touch his own state's money. Just gets federal handouts. Okay? But the people still trust him. So why would they go against him? Why would they go against him? If they've trusted him for 30 years, why would they go against him now? Because they're afraid to do something different. So it's up to the people.
they get complacent.
It's up to the people to do things differently. It's up to the people to vote different people in with different policies. But they're comfortable because the fear is of what they don't know about someone else. So if they're used to Republican for 30 years, it's going to be Republican for another 30. If they're used to Democrat for 30 years, it's going to be Democrat for 30 years. That's the politics of it.
Well,
Everybody loves to fucking point something
again,
else out
but
there.
it's
when
not. Again, you're thinking about Democrats, Republicans, where the whole problem is it's not a partisan issue.
I didn't say that. I just said
this
it was
issue is about money completely all the way around.
It's
and
about-
that both parties get pulled out and get fucking bought out, and it's disgusting. And it's the money involved. Whoever is the influence with the money, they're the ones that are creating this bullshit divide. I'm telling you that right now. And who's the biggest money moguls on the planet? Media, mostly. There's
but-
they're
well,
bankers but
the
media
two-
moguls are absolutely, completely some of the most powerful people in
If
the
you
world.
take Jeff Bezos out, but Jeff Bezos also owns the Washington Post, and if you take Bloomberg out, who has Bloomberg Media, which is basically covered all together, right? So the only two influences, the main two influences you have in this country, are the Koch brothers, okay, who are the top 3 richest family, or if not the top 2 richest families in this country, and you have what's his name, Soros, okay, and those two people influence those party lines. That's where their money goes. Their money goes into a stupid thing when it comes to politics, and it becomes money, and it's their money.
They're allowed to run shit because they divide parties.
They
That's
divide
it.
people.
So
They
right,
divide people.
right.
They divide households.
What is the
divide
famous
households.
Rothschild saying? The best time to buy is when there's blood in the streets, right? Right? So what is that? That's the Rothschild family owns 90 somewhat percent of the banks in the world right now. And that's the famous line coming from that family. The best time to buy is when there's blood in the streets. And these fucking robots are sitting here trusting politicians, trusting bankers, trusting people who have all their luxuries at their beck and call, but they're telling everybody else how to live. And that's it. And right now we're in a socialistic, communistic, we're heading in that right. Dude, I'm not that politician, but you watch what's going on. The president said today he wants to knock on people's doors to make sure they're fucking vaccinated. Are you kidding me? That's the president. That's the president of the United States. That we want to knock on everybody's doors to make sure you're vaccinated.
Yeah,
and
but
if
he
you're not
wouldn't-
vaccinated, we want to convince you that you probably should
Yeah,
be.
but this is the guy who won't know the difference between his bathroom and his walk-in
That's
closet.
a good way to find out who has guns, too. I'll tell you that much.
Well, that
Because
also.
I'll tell you, fucking knock at the wrong time.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what though.
And let's not prosecute anybody that gets shot.
I'll tell
anybody
you
anybody that shoots these stupid fucks that come to your house, I'm behind you. Don't prosecute them.
well,
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
on a lighter note in life, Iceland has decided to try out a 4-day work week,
I'm down.
and the success of it.
Let's go to
So
Iceland.
4-day work week, right? It was a study for the employees and the productivity, and they were more happy with a 4-day work week, right? So from 2015 to 2019, it was successful, and they tried to start to transition into it.
So they started this shit pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID, they were
like,
like, well, what can we do? Now, COVID slowed it down because everybody had to work away. But they started figuring out, hey, you know what? I got a good idea. What can we do to make life better for
Better
our
for
people? I don't know, give them 4 days work week. 4-day work week. Why would, I've heard that before, but and it was like, 2 days off doesn't really mean anything because the first day you're just recouping from the last 5 days, and the second day, just as you get comfortable, you got to go back
this
to
just
work.
proves common sense is not that
Yeah,
common.
it's
'cause
really-
This is really like
It's a legit
brilliant.
So, but here's the other thing. Like, this country used to be about, like, for lunch, have a drink, relax, go back to the office and do it. And then we got too
But
serious.
it's a
and
bigger
stiff.
commerce now, I think. Iceland's like more of a serious country.
But yes. But here's the thing. They're serious about their business, and they're serious about their people. It's the same thing in Europe. When Europe...
They
when
take care of theirs.
They have mandatory 2-month
Certain
vacation.
places in Europe.
Yeah, certain. Mandatory 2 months vacation.
Let's not do a blanket statement, please.
Let's just say that 80% of Europe
A very good number.
is all aboard taking care of their people, and it's mandatory. Like, even in Spain, it's like 2 months vacation. It's mandatory because they're gonna work your ass for 10 months, and they want you to be relaxed and get. And
Some of them
ready
get
for-
the siestas.
They do. So
So that's
is
not
big
working
for that.
their ass.
But yeah, no. But I mean, but for the most
Nobody
part,
works. Nobody works like New York.
No, because they keep telling you that
I
if
mean,
you
I
don't
should
show
say
up,
America,
because
but
this
New York.
place, if you don't, is that the 7 line?
Where is that? Downtown?
That's the Flushing bus.
Is it? No. That looks like downtown Flushing though, like Farrington
Yeah,
Street.
right. Like, yeah. But, you know, I mean, it's successful in some places, right? And so every time you bring up stuff like that, they go like, well, the population is this and the population. And they didn't do it with everybody in Iceland. They took, I think it was like 3,500 people and different companies, and they tried it out with them, and it was successful. And it's like, it can work in a lot of places.
I'm all
They
for
just
it, though.
don't.
I'll be honest with you, I'm all for it, dude.
4-day work week,
I
3 days to recoup.
I think anything that makes commerce better and people better.
But we
and-
also like to work our people to death, literally to death. You die in the job. Like, you can't retire
Till
at
you're
62.
almost dead.
Now then it went 63, then it's 60. Now it's 67, and they're like, well, why would you work till you were 67? Why would you do that? Like, because like the cost of living is so high that you have to work even longer than that.
Some people are miserable in their lives that they can't be home.
Was that dead fish?
Wow. There's like toilet paper in the streets in Flushing.
Toilet paper.
That
Those
look
are dead
it
fish.
It looked like a floating tampon.
Look, it's a condom.
That's a
that was a
that's a
tamp-
fish in a
that looked
condom.
like a dirty
It's a used
tampon.
condom.
That was a dirty fish in a
Look,
condom.
and she's walking with her she's walking with her fucking slippers on.
Yo, I'm gonna look for the stupidest video and I'm gonna post the shit.
Yo, I think. Oh my God, this is great. This guy's barbecuing in it.
In a
Yo,
rain.
are they gonna call this storm hepatitis C? That shit, instead of
Hepatitis-
Elsa.
Hey,
should be
hepatitis
C.
C this? Hepatitis C this?
All of a
Jesus
sudden-
Christ.
All of a sudden, the fucking COVID's gonna go up, skyrocket.
COVID.
But anyway,
Shit is crazy.
so as I don't know, as you can see, I still look big on the camera, but you know the Sean Lynch Weight Watch situation.
Is there a number?
We haven't. I mean, it's been a while since I updated you, but I'm down 17 pounds.
Bum, bum, bum.
But a lot of it is not. So I'm going to tell a quick story.
It's not quick ever.
Shut up. It doesn't need to be quick. It's fucking content.
Only when you're yelling at people.
I like yelling.
Go ahead. Yeah,
That's what
you
I
do.
do.
You do. You do.
I got my point across though. Fucking popcorn's awesome, by the way.
You didn't. Wasn't necessarily getting your point across.
Oh, I got my point across.
Yeah. To who?
We'll take a poll.
A poll. Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
Fucking people listen to me. I mean, people agree with me, not you.
No.
We'll do a poll. All right, so because of my knees, I told you my issue with my knees when I went to the doctor. That I have to do the gel therapy, the whole thing. I told you. So I bought this thing called the Bionic Gym. Don't wait for you to laugh, but you're not. All right. You could see it on Facebook. You could Google it. Now he laughs. It's called the Bionic Gym, okay? And it's pretty amazing technology. So
That's the one that
Mike.
comes with like the chin, like all Velcro straps.
yeah, but on
straps.
your legs, not a chin strap. He said a chin strap. Mike's dying over here.
That's search Bionic Gym. Look, you got it.
There it is.
Is that-
That's how he loses weight. He can't put any food
Just
in there.
throw up your food.
Hey,
I wish there was a way we could show our viewers what you just showed us. Oh, that was great. Every time you eat, just do the Bionic Gym. You throw up everything you
That
ate.
Bionic Gym. That one right there, and it vibrates too.
Oh my God.
your stomach be like,
That was hilarious.
He's like,
No, so anyway, this is the real deal. It's straps that go on your upper thighs and your lower thighs above your knee, and it comes with like a essentially it sends pulses to your legs.
so it fits you like a corset.
No, it's straps. It's not a corset. It's fucking. What are you eating fucking crackers over there? Jesus Christ. So what it does is it sends pulses to your body, and
don't eat it.
it
Don't eat it.
it mimics shivering, and you just start shaking, bro. Like, so if you're listening right now, just Google Bionic Gym. You could Google it, check it out.
You put it on over your clothes or on there?
You put it on your legs, directly on your skin, and then you could do certain things with it. You can't really like walk with it or like do, but you could sit. I play Call of Duty and lose 500 calories for an hour. It's crazy. It's crazy. And if you work out with like bands, like like tension bands and elastic stuff, you really like get a good workout. It's dude, it's amazing. And the reason why I bought it is because obviously when I went to the doctor, he's telling me like my knees are shot, like I need fucking knee replacements, and the only thing I can do is the gel therapy, and I have to go to. It's just a whole goddamn process. But the best thing for my knees is to lose weight, and the only way I can lose weight is by really running or doing something exertion, using a lot of energy, which I can't do because I can't run.
Can you do the elliptical?
The elliptical doesn't.
Which one? Like, there's a
No, my
there's
knee.
two
It's
different
too much.
ellipticals.
It's too much pressure when I go up and down.
So there's this one,
Like-
the 4 points, where it's the handle and
I
your
have
2 feet,
I have 3 of them at the gym.
and then there's one like this.
I don't like any of them. The slide one, and then
Yeah?
there's the up and down one.
Yeah.
I can't do either of them. It's just too much tension.
Can
on
you
my
ride
knee.
a bike?
I can ride a bike.
So why don't you do the bike in
I,
the gym?
well, I ride my own bike.
No, but I mean when
I
you're
go
in the
ride-
gym, why
me and
don't you?
Trish go ride trails.
Yes, but I mean like
I
when you
don't
ride.
because I don't need to do that if I do that on my own.
When you ride trails, though, you don't pedal
not-
consistently through the whole time.
if put it this way, if I'm on a bike at the gym, I'm losing 200 calories. I could do that in 10 minutes on my couch.
Yes, but what I mean when you ride the street bike, right? You're pedaling, but you also take a break.
Not
because
if I
you're
ride
gliding.
to Long Beach. I do 13 miles to Long Beach, which I haven't.
you're
done
also
yet.
gliding.
I haven't done this year.
Right, but you're also gliding.
Not to Long Beach. I'm pedaling.
At
the
any
whole
point,
way.
you're pedaling the whole way,
The
just
whole way.
constantly
There's
moving.
no downhill. Not in South. Dude, I'm in South Shore, Long Island.
So you
just
pedal-
flat as a fucking.
Yes, but no, even if
just
it's
flat as a
flat-
12-year-old chest.
Yeah. So even if you're pedaling,
Did I just talk about a 12-year-old?
yeah, well, you probably once
Or
was
lack
too many.
thereof.
Second, probably not necessary. But what I'm saying is, you can pedal for like a minute
It
straight.
doesn't do nothing.
And then
Mike.
let go.
You're not losing weight pedaling a bike.
I
at
know
the
that,
gym.
but you're burning calories.
You're
It's
not
not losing weight. Losing weight is different. Losing weight consists of when you cut your diet.
I want to lose weight, and
So
I
you
cut
gotta
my
cut
di-
your diet.
My diet's always been good. So let me explain
Not
something.
when you're cutting weight, though. When you're
Let
cutting
me
weight, you have to
explain
drop
something.
calories.
My diet, I changed my diet when I started dating Trish Middle. Like, I do eat still some crazy shit. I eat a lot of good stuff, right?
Yes, but
Hold on.
yeah, okay.
I joined the gym. I work out. I do everything. I'm not losing weight.
What do
You
think?
say it's not about losing weight. I want to lose weight. I
No, no, no,
gained
no, no,
weight
no,
in
no, no, no.
COVID.
What I'm
COVID
saying
quarantine.
is,
I want to lose weight.
Okay,
right? The
right.
gym wasn't doing it. I rode the bike every day. I rode the bike. I rode the whatever, the inversion bike. I rode the regular bike. I do the treadmill. I do everything that to get
so
your heart rate.
what did you feel that was
Nothing
successful?
worked.
Okay.
The
What did
banana
you-
gym worked.
Okay. What I'm saying to you, right? As a diet wise, when you were talking about losing weight starts in the kitchen. Even if you eat healthier, you have to cut calories.
Right.
So if you still eat
So what if I was
2,000
eating
calories,
healthy and not losing weight?
you have to cut calories. You have to cut calories.
But instead, I bought the bionic gym and lost 17 pounds.
So
Just by that, not by cutting.
Just by that, I haven't done anything different in my diet.
That's the only thing.
I always eat we eat relatively good. Like we eat salad, we'll eat vegetables. She's always incorporating vegetables. I'm not saying we eat the best, but we eat good. I don't. And my portions.
You look like you eat pasta.
The one thing I did. I see. That's the thing. My portions. I completely changed that.
You look like you
I
eat
used
pizza.
to fucking. Bro. I used to do crazy portions. Now, my stomach shrank. I went to Florida.
Right, yes,
I
but
couldn't
you-
even eat full
you can
meals.
you cut
My
down
stomach
on certain
shrank.
amount
because I'm controlling my portions. So
portion
I'm
control
eating
is-
better.
is
And-
fantastic,
But I've
but-
done that. I've done that for the last 5 months, and I wasn't losing weight. The only time I lost weight, Mike, it's not a gimmick, dude. I sit there.
I'm not saying that it was a
Listen,
gimmick. I'm not
just-
saying it's a gimmick.
I'll tell you right now.
I didn't say it
I
was a
sit
gimmick.
there,
Did you hear those words
I
come
put
from
it
my
on.
mouth? No.
I put it on, and I shake, and I'm out of breath in 10 minutes. And in,
Sounds like me,
and
huh?
it fit. Yeah, well, I haven't tried that yet. I'm
Yeah,
not.
2 minutes.
And about 20 minutes, I start sweating. About 40 minutes, my shirt is getting wet.
I gotta look this up.
By the time I'm done, like my hour, and you could do 2 hours, you could do. That's the best thing about it. You could do multiple hours with it, workout. Bro, and the reason why I bought it is because a friend, I told you, said it last time we were on the air, Bobby Boschnagel. who has an office across the street, Bosnigel Roofing. He told me about it. He lost 80 pounds using it. 80 pounds. He's like, Sean, I wouldn't lie to you. It's fucking, because I go, Bob, I think $750. Is this thing going to work or am I going to waste my money? Sean, I wouldn't tell you. Trust me right now, it works. I wouldn't tell you it worked if it didn't. I lost 80 pounds. And sitting at his desk working. And you could work out with it. So you could use the tension bands. You could do stuff with it. You can't really walk with it. It's good. Dude, it sends crazy violent pulses to your leg. Bro, I sit on the couch and shake, and my cat sits on my leg because he's older and he likes
vibrating.
He likes to vibrate. It relaxes him. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I could see what my heart rate's getting up to like 125, 135, 140. Sometimes if I go real high and I'm like, if I'm working out with the bands, I got it up to like 150, my heart rate. So all of that is good for you. You know what I mean? All of that. Burning 500 calories playing video games? Shit.
Any exercise
All day,
is
bro.
good for you.
I
Any
can't burn
exercise-
500 calories going to the gym.
And-
I tried. I go on a treadmill. I burn 350, 400 calories. I go and then I start working out with. I'm not going to go on a treadmill for 2 hours. I'm not doing that because I can't run. That's the problem. When you run, you could exert that energy a
Oh,
little
just
bit.
like you
You could sprint and you
when
could
that
get the heart
you
rate
could,
up.
You could also raise it. You could also the incline you can raise.
But dude,
and makes a
this
difference.
machine gets your heart rate up. It does that.
Okay.
So, but you don't have to worry. You got that beautiful body of yours.
Everyone is different.
This guy's got a body like a fucking a boy band member.
Like an old boy.
Like he
band
could do it. You
member.
could do an underwear commercial.
Not yet.
Oh, he's an actor too, Mike Durso.
Anyway.
Mike Durso is it on at Mike Durso is it. He does underwear commercials. Fucking sign this guy. You got to see his nipples. They're very nice.
And speaking of
They
that,
don't look like pepperonis. They look like mini sausages.
mini sausages. That's
LeBron James was
my
spotted
line.
in New York getting on the train.
Jump. Look at those fools, man.
He's got a black bag like the other white dude.
Yo, look at
can't.
those fools, man.
I
Are those
can't.
black
I
bags
can't.
working?
Oh, they're fishing in Brooklyn.
In
Look at
the
that
Heights.
water,
Oh,
dude.
that's the Bronx. That's the Bronx.
Washington Heights.
Look at that water. Dude, it is absolutely
Dirty,
disgusting.
brown,
These people are
fish.
walking around in sewer water.
Sewer water. Yeah, because it's all
and they
backed
think
up.
it's like,
It's fun.
hallelujah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that one. I don't know this any hallelujah. No.
This guy takes the
I think
cake.
I
Look at the size of his plunger.
What is this guy? What is he doing?
Put that shit back on your cup.
Yo, it's a little tiny plunger. It's just more videos, right, of
People
the
are so
of,
stupid.
of all the water and rain that we had that backed up all these sewage
Is it
and
really
trains.
that bad, dude?
Yeah,
In
look,
certain
look, some of
places,
these
yeah.
buildings in Manhattan, they got like
Just
the roof
flooded.
is overflowed
Yeah, like there was no drainage. It was or clogged
on the
And
buildings,
So,
so it's coming. You know,
My broker, he goes, hey, I got a storage in
Look at
Freeport.
that
You
shit.
think I'm okay? And I'm like, I hope he is.
yeah, hope. Look at
Jesus
that water.
Christ,
Like
that's
this-
all come from roofs, though.
that's
You know, somebody didn't clean out the.
Yeah, no, that's
the
different.
drain.
Yeah, that's different. That's coming from stairways and roofs. That's the ghetto being like ghetto. I mean, listen, it is what it
this
is.
one says. I called the landlord. He says we're sending the plumber. I think you're gonna need more than that.
Yeah, you're gonna do.
Look.
Oh my God, dude.
And that's not the ghetto, man.
No,
that's not the
definitely
hood.
not the ghetto.
That's no hood.
That's
right
a
there.
beautiful, dude. Listen, that's living city life.
That's
the
all
city life.
over. That's all over.
Nah, well, it'll happen in Long Island. I will live through it. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah,
Hurricane
that's-
Sandy. I didn't think this was like that big though. This was
My
just
cousin lives in Amityville,
downtown Manhattan's really fucked up.
and
though, 'cause
her
it's so
yeah.
low.
Well, they
I bet you a lot of that's downtown.
she lived in Amityville, and she was telling the story. She was like, her and one of the daughters were there, and the water kept rising. So she opened the door and looked outside, Sandy, and the top of the car was under the water. And she goes, well, look, we're going up to the attic. And they got up to the attic, and they locked themselves up there, and they had it set up. Like her brother was like, listen, just have it.
Lock themselves.
Yeah, like, not locked, but,
That's probably not good, right? Just in
So
case
they-
the water gets up. Then how
well,
you
you
get
have the windows on the side to go up to the roof. That's
my-
so most
out?
houses
so
like
they
that.
were gonna go
Attics
climb out
are,
if worst case
and they
scenario.
didn't. And
Wow,
Could you imagine being in that basement?
that's uptown.
and so basically, like, then it stopped,
Yo,
Looked
Manhattan
down
got
and then
wrecked then, huh?
subsided. Yeah.
Manhattan got fucked.
That's crazy. Because when I got off the
Like,
train,
That's a city. Dude.
I got off the train at like 10 to 4, and Queens was like by the streets, the water was just coming down like so it didn't.
Well, driving
really
here was
pour.
on the Cross Island Parkway, and
Yeah.
it was just flooded.
Yeah, it was just flooded areas, flooded spots, and then I went to the gym and came back, and
It
it
rained
poured.
a lot though.
But I didn't. You don't see like it poured in Queens
What time is it
When I
now?
was
I
on the
bet
train.
you know what? I bet you it's going to take me like 4 hours to get home.
because everybody's got the
Well,
same.
well, actually,
way.
no. I'll
It
just
says Cross Island is closed.
yeah. I won't even take I won't take the Cross Island. I'll just drive the side. The Cross Island always shuts down because it's always underwater, always. And I drove from my office here and like beating it because I knew it was going to really get bad. If it's a thunderstorm, it floods. This was like next level stuff.
How was 4th of July for you guys?
You know what's crazy? My eyes look so high when I'm on camera.
I had to work, so it's same shit.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I
Same
answered the
shit.
question.
Did you get to light fireworks?
I mean, I got to watch it
Should I talk like this? I'm looking at my eyes. It's so high.
while I was taking the train into the city.
Maybe I should start smoking
every
weed.
little neighborhood. Yo, this dude right here,
Oh, my
who's shooting
God.
him off like it's a machine gun
He got him in a fucking oil drum. Like
in an oil drum. Yeah,
That's a guy who wants to go to jail
yeah.
or die.
He just
Like,
wants
one of
to-
the-
he just
like
wants
you
to-
can't have plans with that.
He
You
wants
know?
to just tear everything
That guy
down.
don't have plans. Like
None. He was like, "Yo, what do you want to do with yourself in the future?" And
That
he's just
dude-
like, watch me right now."
yo, Mike, the shit you posted the other day with the guy shooting the girl, the fat girl.
Did you not see that
dude,
shit?
How is like see?
How is he not arrested?
There's my point.
How is he not
There's my
dead?
point.
How is he not
I
dead?
get you any. I guarantee you any money. That's in a defund the police city.
Yo,
That dude was chasing that chick around in
at
circles.
one point, her
didn't
hair's
stop.
on fire.
It didn't stop,
Where
though.
did he get that Roman candle?
Yo, it was a forever
It was like
candle.
100,000 shots.
This shit was like,
That shit didn't stop.
Yo, you hear the dude with the camera? He's like, her hair's on
Yo,
fire,
she's
yo.
running with flip
Yo,
flops.
she's like, her hair's on fire.
yo, he's chasing her around the car. Everybody's like, oh, get the
that
fuck out of
shit,
here.
Well, yo, people were running. Yo, it was crazy. I'm like, what did she do to him that she?
It didn't even matter. He didn't
Dude,
stop. He was like,
hated that bitch.
yo,
Bro.
he hated her so bad.
She got like no exaggeration. She probably got like 800 Roman candle shots off her
Yo,
ass.
it just never stopped.
It
It
never
never, the
stopped.
never-ending candle.
That's not even exaggerating. It was like pa, 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 pa.
And
Yo,
then
it was
just when you
crazy.
thought it was over, she was still running. He was like, pat, 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 pat. And then it was on again, pat, 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 pat. And then again, pat, 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 pat. That's just crazy
That
nonsense.
shit was freaking hilarious.
Yo, this is crazy.
You know,
They put on the comments on here says my man is fighting the rain with his own thunderstorm.
he's like, I don't want to. He's shooting at the Avengers because he thinks they're
Or
real.
at aliens. Like
Yeah.
he looks like he's shooting at aliens.
Yeah. Well, that's a that's
What is in there? I want to know what he got in there.
A fucking missile.
What the hell is that,
that's
man?
the
It's like-
dude. Yo, that's the one. That's the redneck that got caught in the in the woods.
It looks like the gun that fucking Jesse the Body Ventura shot at the alien.
Yeah,
A
the Gatling
Predator.
gun. The
A
Gatling
Predator.
gun.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Gatling
Predator.
gun. That's what it looks like.
That's
with
the
the
dude
fire
that,
coming out of
That's
it.
the dude that went into the woods because he remembered
Except
when
it
the
was like
aliens-
that gun on steroids though. That shit is way crazier than that.
Yo, that dude was like he remembered when he was like 17 and he got stuck in the woods and the aliens took him, and he wanted revenge, so he got that big gun and he went back out there because all he's doing is that's a Gatling gun of bottle rockets
steroids, yeah.
It's
So enough sad shit. Let's talk about some fun stuff. The Yankees look like they're gonna rebuild.
you know,
That's pretty funny, right?
it's funny because everybody's
So-
talking championship at the
So
start
excited
of the
about
season.
that.
They were talking
Looks like they're gonna
championship.
blow that team up.
So,
How do you feel about going after DJ LeMahieu? Played third base.
you know what? He's not hitting good right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't.
He was an MVP type caliber for 2 years,
Yeah, but
and he could
a
play
lot
a
of it is
solid third base.
right. That was a product of like a Colorado part of it, and
He was great for the Yankees, Mike.
he was like he's still on the Yankees.
JD's coming back next week. He's done. I'm sorry. I really love JD.
He can hit.
He can't play defense,
He
dude.
can't play
and
third
he
for-
missed enough time. He missed enough time where he's not going to be good enough for the playoffs. Like I said, if he started this year, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. You get better throughout the year, and by the time the playoffs come, Maybe you turn into a defensive player like Pete Alonso did. Everybody wrote that guy off as a hack.
Yeah, but even
Pete
when
Alonso's a good
a
first
lot
baseman.
better. Like they thought he was.
He can be considered a good first baseman.
Yeah,
He's above average.
but the
We
problem
got
with
Dom. Dom's amazing, but
JD Davis
is way below average.
Yes, but when the Astros had him, their thing on him was guy
Can't
can
play
hit,
defense.
can't play defense.
You can't know where to put him.
He's our third baseman by default.
And we thought maybe there's a chance you could put him somewhere.
well, he was in left field. He didn't do too bad.
Can't put him
2
anywhere.
years ago, he didn't do
He,
too
well,
bad.
Dom's playing left field.
Right now, yeah.
And then next year, maybe Alonso starts DH, but he's going to want to play first base, dude.
I'm hoping we don't get the DH.
It's going to happen. I know, I hate it.
I
too.
like the two. I like the two. The
It's
split
going to
of
happen.
it.
And we're going to have to trade Dom Smith.
But if
or Pete Alonso. And this is the reality I'm coming to.
they're not going to be successful without both of them.
If there's a DH, you have to have one of them DH
Well, that's Alonso.
because they're too good.
Yeah,
And Alonso won't do it. I think he's too stubborn. So what do?
I think you would rotate them if the DH comes in. You're giving
I
them a
don't know
lot
if
first.
he's going to do it. It's about money, man.
Yeah, but I think between those two guys, like
think
I
they
think it's
wanna
different.
win that much?
Yeah. I think
I don't
between
know.
those, they're so.
I hope you're right, dude.
So
I
much
swear
friends,
to God, I don't think so.
But I'm gonna say is that if it's no DH, and you need to make a deal, you need to swing a deal. One of those are going to go to a
You
team
have
that
to
needs a
trade
first.
one.
But you have to trade
I
one
agree.
of them. You have to trade one of
I
them.
think you trade Dom, J.D. Davis, and a pitcher, and you get Chris Bryant. I think that makes it happen. Not one of our top prospects. Give him somebody.
You give them three. They're not going to want just three guys that's on the floor right away.
Why not?
They're going to want.
They're
going to
need somebody. They're going to
But
need
they're
somebody
gonna-
that plays right away anyway.
But they're going to want a prospect. They're going to want your top
Who do they
10,
got? Who do,
top 20.
Who does Chicago have first base?
Rizzo.
So they don't need Dom.
I think he's 31 now, right? So
Dom's young.
and he's young.
And I hate saying trade him, but you got to shoot or get off the pot.
Yes,
It's one or the other.
Let's say let's say the Cubs think that Rizzo's like a year or two, and they're gonna let him go free agency because they got to do a full rebuild now.
Right.
And they make that trade. Bryant goes because he can play right field and third. Dom goes over there. They're gonna move Rizzo.
Bryant's an excellent player, man.
Yes.
Excellent.
From the day he stepped on the field, he was.
We had this conversation in our group.
But we've had
And-
this conversation here also.
We have.
Like he's a top dog, right? So you want to go and get him. You want to put him at third. He can play the outfield in case of
He's
emergency.
still young enough to be here for a long time.
Yes.
I'm a big Chris Bryant guy. But what does it take to get him here? That's the problem.
It's probably going to take at least 2 or 3
Listen, we have some guys.
major league bodies and a minor leaguer and a top minor leaguer. Bless you.
I don't know about a top minor leaguer.
Top 10. Top
No,
10.
that ain't gonna happen.
Because if you look at the top 10,
You're not getting rid of Beatty, Maurizio, or Alvarez.
Those are the top 3.
Not happening.
Those are the top
are
3.
the top 4.
Right, but I looked this up earlier, right? The other guys are Crow Armstrong,
Right.
right?
I could see Crow Armstrong being part of a deal.
Yeah, hold on one second. Sorry. So it was Alvarez, Mauricio, Matt Allen, Batty, Crow Armstrong,
Matt Allen, that's what I was talking about.
JT Ginn,
Matt Allen, I would include.
Ginn, the outfielder Lee that they traded for just
Right.
recently traded
Khalil
for
Lee.
Khalil Lee. What's this? This is a third baseman, Vientos.
I watched most of these guys in spring training.
Alex Ramirez is another outfielder, and Sapuki, which I'm probably saying wrong.
Trade Sabuki. His name sucks.
Yeah, just because of the name, you
That
made it
fucking
difficult to say your name.
I don't want to say that name.
Right, Sabuki.
Yeah, trade him.
Like say it in a
So
chant.
put him part of the
So
deal.
say go Sabuki.
So I would say
Like, I
Chicago.
can't do
Listen,
it.
the
Just
guy's
take-
he's so good,
Just take it because of his name.
and his name's really easy to say. So you
well,
could have
he's
him.
Polish, maybe by last name, and Chicago
Great.
heavy Polish.
If he's
So,
Polish, then forget it.
Sabuki. So Sabuki, somebody else, Davis, and Dom Smith get you Bryant and a minor leaguer.
I do it
Okay.
in a New York second.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo is reportedly closing all personal lines of credit. What the what?
Because Wells Fargo is a corrupt bank as it is.
Well, it's owned by Rothschild.
Yeah, those. Do you know that?
Dude, I'm telling you, shit's going on, bro. In this China literally today said
So Wells
they weren't going to deal with Tesla, and they
Well-
don't want to. They don't want to make any deals with Tesla. And there were 2 other American companies basically.
Wells Fargo's a corrupt fucking company. You know, they were held up in Congress.
We better start
And they
fucking.
were like-
we better start enabling our children slave labor.
So one of the things that Wells Fargo
How are we
did
going to
was
keep making stuff?
so as a client, how are we going to keep making it? Well, only with the kids though.
It's got to be kids.
So if you have a bank account,
My
a
kid's
checking,
lazy, bro. They'll never
a
do
bank
it.
account, a checking account, and a credit
He's
account
21.
with the bank, if they can get 1 person per 3, they have these bonus points, like these bankers bonus points. And so they were put Wells Fargo, because they were in, if you know, when they were brought into court against the Senate and all that. So they were like, if you had 2 of the 3,
That's probably why they're done.
they were sneaking in a third to all these people. Like you didn't know you had a checking account. They put out there anyway. You're getting $45 a month fees. The long list of clients that didn't have the credit account, they forced their employees. They were like, sign them up. Yeah. Sign them up. Don't worry, they'll be okay. And they shut the banks down.
Looks like it caught up to them. They're done.
Yeah, man. Like it's the corruption there's a documentary
Well, the
called
banking industry isn't just.
there's a documentary called Greed, and one of the episodes is about Wells Fargo. When the whistleblowers were like, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this anymore." You know, one of them was a guy had a bank account. He had his checking account and a savings account, and he was disability, and he was getting the money. It was going right into his account, and he had HIV, and then he had AIDS, and he died. Okay, so his sister went in to close out his account. After he died, before he died, they opened up a credit account under his name, didn't tell his family, and he was getting the monthly fee of $45. So 6 months later or something like that, when she went in to get whatever money was, there was no money. He was in a penalty because they just kept building his
robbing
account. Yeah, that's what they did, you know, and so they're going to be closing that shit down.
Savages.
And good for them. Fuck them.
Welcome to Banking Savages.
Yeah, well, they
Episode 47.
preying
We're
on
going to rape this guy who's in
That's right.
ICU.
those.
Speaking of ICU,
I see you.
yeah, I read a story that this guy was playing hide and seek and he got seriously hurt.
Which
like-
I didn't see.
They were playing hide and seek, 2 people, or a couple people, and the guy got really hurt. And now he's in the ICU.
So, oh my God! So on that
Hide and
that
seek,
one
ICU,
hit-
dick.
that one-hit wonder of yours was
I
amazing.
guess I'm still stoned.
Probably still.
Weed is legal now, by the way. So poo-poo. Can't judge me anymore because it's legal, like drinking a beer.
No, you can
So if
still-
you drink a glass
you
of
can
wine,
still be judged. You can
if
still
you
be
drink a
judged.
glass of wine and then you look at me and you say, "Oh, what a dick! He's a pothead," go F yourself, you hypocrite, fucks.
No, I mean they'd be right. in that.
Because it's legally the same thing now. Poo-poo. I guess we're done, right?
Just about. I mean, after that one. But before we go,
What a way to end the show.
no, not really. Before we
Popcorn.
go, we have right here is the Friendly Cup. It's an eco-friendly travel mug. Okay, I just bought it and I started using it. Okay, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of tea. You know, mostly for my coffee, right? And it does the job. And we know what it's made of. It's crazy, but it's made of wheat straw plastic. So I was trying to what the fuck is wheat straw plastic? So it's biodegradable, the same way
The
that
cup itself is biodegradable?
yeah, and so so just like paper. So
How many uses you get out of it?
you get look at that.
Oh my
High
God, it's
co-
like a plastic cup.
It's high quality. And so I wrote
It's
this
a little
down.
small.
Yeah,
It would be
yeah,
for like,
yeah, but
for
for
like 8-year-old, but yeah.
No, but like for a drink, like you know
That
you
shit's
drink
awesome,
one.
dude. So and it's
So it's 100% biodegradable wheat straw plastic, right? Which is I was like, well, you can do a part, but basically it's made from compost. So just like paper, if you left it on the floor and went away after time, it would just
gonna turn into
it would
compost.
just turn into compost. And so basically, it's like.
and what's the name of it?
It's Friendly Cup. So if you could catch them
Friendly
on
Cup.
you could catch them on Instagram. They're up there. We have
That's pretty awesome, man.
Friendly Cup, the eco-friendly travel mug. They have a couple of others, bigger ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I need a bigger one.
but
That's small.
you probably but this one was just it was a home thing.
How much is that?
This one was I got it for 20.
$20.
Right, whatever
Alright.
the tax and the shipping.
Well,
was
listen,
on
you're
that.
saving the fucking environment by spending a couple
But it's
extra
like
bucks.
like this is
Because I spent 20 for an aluminum one.
Oh no, but
Which
see,
is
this
like a 20 ounce, and that looks like
like,
it's
but
like
this
a
is-
10 ounce.
Yeah, this is a 10 ounce.
So whatever. So
Yeah.
I did a double for double the money, but I'm killing the
This
fucking
is
planet.
right, and this is 100% biodegradable.
I'll buy one.
This is what the Green New Deal really is about.
I love
not
it.
that shit that they're talking about.
Friendlycup.com.
Friendlycup.com. Check them out
That's
on
very
Instagram
cool.
also. Yeah, man.
And this show was brought to you by friendlycup.com.
Thanks,
and
Friendly Cup.
bionicgym.com. Lose weight while you
can-
play video games.
You can
and
drink coffee at a Friendly Cup while
and
you lose
potentially
weight at-
fondle your genitals. You can literally lose weight while playing with yourself or video games.
and drinking
or
coffee
with your cup.
or hot tea.
Or with your bio cup.
What's your bio cup? Well, you have the
Buy
buy.
cup.
Yeah.
Not buy cup.
But check it out.
You
Check out
sexually
check
crazy
out their
people.
page. Check out their
There's some
page.
horny
Check out
donies
their
out
website.
there.
Go to Friendly Cup. That's for sure.
We're not talking to you
100%.
horny people out there. We're talking to the fucking fat people
Oh no
that
no
want
no
to
no
live
no
healthy.
no 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 we're not no we're not we're not we're not we are not talking to anybody like that ever again. No.
All right, man. Another show in the books, you fucking savages.
Thank you very much. It's time to go. Love you. Peace.